So, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This channel is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and whatever's going on in a connection. And of course, if you're not on the twin flame journey and you've stumbled across this, there's always healing energy weaved into it, and you never know, there might be something that you need to hear. So, I've just been drawn, maybe they want me to use these. I am wonderful. I rejoice in the truth of my being. I accept it as so and let it be. Oh, I let my light shine. Yeah, so that actually does make a lot of sense. But I'll shuffle them too, because yeah, everything I do is channeling, clearing, healing energy. The channeling bit meaning whatever time I get guided to do it can sometimes be relevant. It's just after free, so that could be significant. Again, I wouldn't always be that exact, but I don't know why I said that, so that might, again, I just trust it must be relevant to someone. The manner, the energy that I'm in, I'm quite calm. I'm calm and grounded because I'm aware of needing to do a lot to stay calm and grounded. With a few mixture of things, definitely with the sun just moving into a Scorpio, that's always like extremely, extremely intense. Doesn't even cut it. I feel collective. See what I mean? I'm starting and everything. I feel collective energy really intensely and strongly, like every day, right? But I can't even put into words how intense I'm finding this energy. So if you are similar to me, then make sure that you're doing everything that helps you. So I've been out a ground and walk today. I've had my Epsom salts bath. I've had my essential oils burning. I have. I actually was about to do that. I haven't done that. Wait a minute. Right, I forgot I was going to smudge before, because I smudged the whole house yesterday, but I'm doing it every day. That's because this energy is really intense. But yeah, I think they wanted me to pick up the Mary Magdalene deck there too, because I just picked it up on my way back. So I always pray and do my thing before I press record, by the way, but sometimes I'm guided to do it. So maybe that's some of you. So, and that brings me on to the next bit. Yeah, everything I do is clear and heal energy. So my intention and my prayer is always to clear black magic, spell work, definitely confusion, illusion, because that's the kind of, black magic I'm feeling big time. And yeah, and like I've been saying, on that build up to not only Halloween, but because it's a new moon and then the dark moon in Scorpio right before the new moon. The dark moon in Scorpio is Halloween. So if you were looking for a dark Halloween, it's happening. But yeah, put it this way, it would have nothing to do with Halloween. I just wouldn't want to be cutting about at night on a Scorpio moon, on a dark moon, anywhere. But definitely not Halloween. It's not. So just keep your wits about you, okay? That's what I'm going to say. So, yeah, let's light that again. Yeah, it's just because people, if you've never heard me say that, but I mean, you're new if you've never heard me say it, because I say it all the time. People that do fucked up shit basically do a lot of stuff around dark moons and moon cycles in general, but dark moons and like Scorpio moons, the worst for it. But again, like all signs, there's amazing things to it. Like, yeah, very super psychic energy, good for getting to the root of a problem. Scorpio is pain, so I always see it as it's about transmuting pain into power. Being the alchemist. That's definitely what I teach here on this channel. But yeah, just everybody's shadows out and about, and not everybody has done shadow work. Let's face it, not everybody knows what the word shadow work even means. It's not going to be too many people that tune in here, mind you, because I talk about it all the time, even if that's the first time you heard it, you know what I mean? But most people that are going to find this know what that is. They've done it, doing it, because it never stops. But like what I talk about all the time, shadow work and shadow integration is different. You know, shadow negation is where we're at with the twin flames. A lot of the twin flames that are going to be tuning in is you've done a lot of deep introspected going inwards and healing, like trauma of all kinds, and you've either already accepted your light and your dark, and you just always have to keep an eye. You just always have to be mindful, and all these things that we know. But like I said, even if you keep that in check, majority of the time, again, no one's going to be perfect with that. It's other people are not nowhere near that. So human nature is there's going to be clashing. So again, unfortunately, that's going to have something to do with it. Right, so that's sitting there, right? Because when I went through the living room, I was opening the window, that was just randomly on the floor. And there's other cards that fall on the floor too, because I need to, oh, right, there's nothing wrong with my throat too. That's just them saying not to keep this too long. So as well, it could have something to do with whoever makes sense of this, you find in your voice, because again, Taurus can be linked to the voice as well. So, and manifestation. But yeah, there's a need to detoxify. What's interesting is it's either the shorts for today, the 23rd, or the 24th. I did pull the Angel of Detoxification. I think it was for the 24th, but again, they're all timeless. But if you didn't see what I posted in the community tab, I was quite mind blown because like I hadn't watched it back yet, and then I say something about praying for discernment because you could be, tuning into the wrong frequency. Specifically, I said demons, but it's so weird that I recorded that on the 13th of October and now we're like 10 days later, because that is absolutely the exact energy I feel. And that's what I mean by when I say I'm just passing on the message, it's God speaking through me, because time is an illusion. So I was told to say that because the energy would be for right now. So although everything's past, present, future, timeless, that is very exactly what I'm feeling about today. And I'm more than sure that energy is still going to be around tomorrow. So especially because right now we've got Sun in Scorpio, water, feelings, psychic energy, and Moon in Cancer, water, feelings, psychic energy. They're both other things too, but you know what I mean? It's really trust your intuition. And then it moves into Leo Moon tomorrow, which is my favourite, happy, fun energy, but I'm not expecting the vibe to change massively, but if it does, that'll be welcome. But yeah, so just be mindful of that anyway. I'll try and sort of not make this too long because I want to get this one out. So if you hadn't caught the pick a pile yesterday, I'm going to be, after I have my tea, I don't know, either before I have my tea or after, I'm going to settle in and do the extended of each of those three piles. So if you want to hear about like power animals that are associated to each of the piles, and like a colour and a crystal and whatever other extra ones I'm guided to put in, then that's what I'm going to do in the extended, and that'll be available on the membership on any of the levels. Yeah, so you can just join the first level there and that'll be there. And it's very tiny just now because I haven't done any promoting of it really, because because I needed some downtime. So when I come back around the 1st of November and I'm doing I'm going to do the live star signs, if I've got the energy to do it, which I feel I will, but we have to take it day by day, then I'll be talking loads about the membership and that. So and thank you if you're already a part of it. So what have we got here? What affirmation? Oh, whenever I see the black background, I always feel it's like Dark Night, the Soul stuff, because I've had this deck for years. I relax. Do you know, it's just one of my, one of my, I don't know, signalers or something with different cards. I relax and enjoy life. I know that whatever I need to know is revealed to me in the perfect time, space, sequence. So I don't know what it says on the other side, but I'm guided to just sort of tap into that. I feel that is about, like, I know it's easier said than done, but try not to stress and worry and get too in your head about, like, what could be. Like, don't catastrophize about any area of your life, because it's not going to help your nervous system. It's going to, obviously, it's going to really put you all about out of whack, destabilize, or however you want to call it. It could, if you're already in a dark night of soul, you could just really make yourself ill. And that's what I feel I was picking up on last night, because that energy was horrendous. And I know, I spoke to friends of mine and stuff like that, and I know, yeah, I wasn't alone there. It's just so horrible. Like, I actually feel when the sun moves into any sign. I feel when the sun and the moon move, but that was like, that was so palpable, because it was like I didn't know exactly what time the sun would be in Scorpio, but I happened to still be awake, and it was like I just felt it, and it was horrible. But it makes sense because my Pluto retrograde is the 0 degrees. It's like the sun. It was like the sun hit my Pluto, but it felt like it really did feel like something hit my soul, and not in a good way. So it's yeah, things will be revealed to you in the perfect time, whatever that means. So just be present and just know. What's fascinating me is the things that I said on the shorts that I filmed, like I said, 10 days ago and longer for some of these ones that I'm putting out, or maybe less. Just, I can't really remember. There's my stomach rumbling to join in. That's the solar plexus. See, that's the worries, that's the stress. But that's also because I need to put the oven on after this for my bake patty. But basically, um, yeah, there's something here about, like, yeah, it's like I said, it's just amazing me that I kept saying things about praying for discernment and making sure you're tuning into, you know, the divine and not the devil, because I said that on the shorts, like I said, which is for tomorrow, but they're all timeless. But that is just so absolutely what I'm feeling now. Like, and that's why it's like, I'm either going to do a mixture of tapping in and out of scrolling on my YouTube timeline and just seeing what's there, or I don't know, they'll just make, and then what I'll do it is I'll see something that I'm like, nah, I need to get the fuck off of this. But really, for me, that was last night. Like, it's just, um, yeah, it's just, you've got to be aware of, like, the devil's going to go for you. You know what I mean? So you'll each and every one of you will know what that'll mean personally. So, like I've said before, even if you see things that you've got a pretty good idea that is going to match you, like your situ or whatever you feel, it's not, yeah, it's just not, it really just depends how this stuff affects you. Just don't do that. If you feel like you're kind of tired and needing a rest and all that, anyway, the last thing you need is like being told about these catastrophes. The last thing you need is to like make some kind of your worst nightmare general reading be a personal reading. Do you know what I mean? But I'm just always a realist and being like, people have said to me that my ones feel like a personal reading, and I know when I come across certain ones, they feel like a personal reading. And we'd all rather have the fairy tale love ones resonate than the dark kind of gory, juicy details be the ones. But the reality is, each and every one of us are really going to have a mixture of all of it. Do you know what I mean? So whether you are divine feminine or divine masculine, just give yourself a break and maybe have a bit of a YouTube break. But I'm in no way, in any shape or form, in the position to tell anyone what to do there. Really, you've just got to take your own personal responsibility, and I'm just passing on the message that I notice these things for myself. So, but like I said, sometimes it does just take being like, right, that's enough internet for today. But yeah, so everything I need comes to me at the perfect time. Yeah, I feel this is about everything you need, like the truth, the clarity, the peace of mind, even if it's not so nice of you. I mean, it's just like some stuff comes at the perfect time. So whatever that means to everyone. I did want to use kind of lighter cards to bring in a bit of light energy, just because that energy last night was so dark. But I am being guided to these Kali cards, so this isn't going to be light, but it's going to be honest. So then I'll try and use lighter ones. Matangai, I don't know how to say that, Matangi, whatever it is. She's a tantric queen of outcasts, unveiling the hidden in her power to thrive outside conventional society. If you have been denied love and respect, she brings healing and empowerment. Oh wow, that's very much my vibe on this channel. If you have suffered rejection, abandonment, or been labelled as unworthy in any way, she brings dignity and repair. She clears the way for a creative, joyful, and vibrant life path. Look at that. So some of these are pretty dark, but that's actually quite a beautiful message that, you've either been, like I said, you've either been balancing your light and your dark, your shadow and your light, and your twin has been doing this as well, I feel that's going to speak to, I don't know, again, it's not my job for who it speaks to, it's just, if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. And like I said, it's just human nature that it's, I know myself from being a viewer, it's, people try to make every single one fit their story. It just isn't going to be the case. So you've got to take that on board. But I know that that's, common sense. Most people know that, but some people do need to hear that. But yeah, I really do feel if you've been made to feel unworthy, with your circumstances, if you've allowed yourself to feel like that, rather, by being around the wrong sort of people, maybe for too long, then you're in the right place, and let's get some healing come about. Now it's like they're working my way up to, because these, again, could be a bit of a Russian roulette. This might have a lighter card in it, or it might have a more sort of honest one, because there is a card in this deck called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like people gossiping on the card. Oh shit, wait a minute. Right, so this was face down, and I knew before I turned it over when it had fallen in my room what it was. But look, if you were a TOWIE fan back in the day, and if you weren't, it's just a reality programme that's actually still running. Don't be gel, be ream. But that basically, gel is jealous, so don't be jealous, be ream. And it was just a stupid word that Joey Essex made up that everyone sort of took, not everyone, but people kind of took it on board at a time. It just means, it's like, be cool, don't be jealous, be cool. If you need a translation, that'd be fucking hilarious if I use that as a thumbnail. But what that's telling me, I'm just going to leave that kicking about. Time's up. There's an alarm. That's the alarm to put my oven on. But there could be jealous people around you, or it's kind of like a message to be like, there's always going to be people like that. Just, keep doing your thing, because remember that said, shine your light or something, and that's what this is really all about. Like, if you're feeling yourself coming back here time after time after time, it's usually because you're here to shine your light in some kind of way as well, to just be, and that can even just be yourself day to day in your daily life. But for other people, it has a more, it has more of a meaning. So it's whatever meaning it means to you. But yeah, it's just to be a light warrior in these times, doing your thing, or a light worker. But again, everybody knows that it's been here ages. Light worker is just, it doesn't suit my energy, so I don't tend to say it too much. But what was I going to say? But yeah, whether you consider yourself light warrior or light worker, bit of both. I'm a bit of both, but like I said, I'd always say light warrior before that. But look, they made me pick up that as well. Moving on, thank you, next. So I feel it's like, yeah, moving on from karmic cycles and karmic people that have tried to hold you back. So let's see what comes out. Wisdom of the Magi. Yeah, you've got mental clarity on. And then look, that's funny that how interesting, because I wondered why that's what they were making me use for the extended. But look, animal totems, animal energy and powers. So I really do feel that this is something about needing to really acknowledge that it is helpful to call on your power animals. I mean, I say this like all the time. I say it in my journeys every time, and in my personal sessions, that's what I will do with you. But so those of you work with your power animals all the time anyway, and you don't need me to tell you about it because you do it, but other people aren't as aware. So again, these are things I can introduce you to in sessions, or just try one of my journeys, and you'll get the hang of it. They'll come to you in the journeys. But yeah, I really do feel it's, the power animals are coming in strong there. And like I said, I'm going to use that in the extended later today. It's funny. I've never thought I'd become one of these people talking about the extended. I just opened the book up at family tree. So there could be something about family coming up here and releasing difficulty. So releasing difficulty with family stuff, maybe ancestral healing. Right, so somebody's got mental clarity though. The Magi bring powerful, perhaps life-changing guidance to you. When this card appears in your reading, it indicates that an important project either is already in the works or will be coming your way soon. This may be something personal, or it may relate to a career or professional goal. Either way, you have the ability now to take on an even complex endeavours, and you will be guided and inspired by this great eternal collective mind. Look at how much I was talking about the collective too, but again, it is because of where my Pluto is all the time, but because the sun is shining the light on that. So like I had said yesterday, some of these messages could be more collective, worldly messages. So I'm just letting whatever flow. But yeah, I really do feel that this is specifically, actually specifically, because all my messages are generally for divine masculines, but divine feminines watch too. They tend to be the ones that are quiet. Hello, my sisters, brothers. But it's there's something here about like the masculines gaining a lot of mental clarity on their own unique journey, because that card was talking about, creative energy, projects, work, but obviously it is going to be, for some, they've got the mental clarity on the divine feminine and who is the troublemakers really in their life, is what I'm hearing. In ancient times, people sought assistance from the Magi, the wise men who were alchemists and astrologers. These masters were thought to have access to hidden magical information. So whenever you need input on a decision or a plan, open your heart and mind to the empowering wisdom of the majestic group of guides. When meditating or fall asleep, call on the Magi, enlightening guidance will become your way. So what I'm getting from that as well is perhaps, this could really speak to those of you that that really respect astrology. Obviously, if you're around all the time, that you know that is me. And so yeah, I'm feeling that's going to really speak to people as well. I'm free to choose positive and honor my thoughts. My mind is open to unlimited wisdom of the Magi. Bring my life. I'm just noticing something totally nuts here. I cannot believe this is how. Honestly, there's so many synchronicities I've just seen, like 3 in a row. It's actually blown my mind. Would you believe it? Look, 38 and 39. Because remember, I said there's specific age group. It's basically, I help a lot of people that are 30. Maybe already 39, some people that are turning 39 this year, people that are 40 like me, you know what I mean? And also different ages, but this comes up the most. Like the pages always land on 38 and 39, the cards. And, I can't show you because, I could show you, look, I could lift the tape, but look, can you see that is a tiny bit of the car out Back to the Future? And I might be able to find, I know you believe me, but I'm just showing you. And I'm sure there's 8, it's got 1985. Yeah, there. Look, can you see? 85. There, 85. So there's a specific message there for whoever that's going to speak to, male and female. I knew there was going to be something with that though, because I thought, I literally, honestly, the last time I would have had this Back to the Future jammy top on would have been, and I have been out today, it was just that's what I chose to put on after I'd had my bath, because what's the point putting clothes on, do you know what I mean, when you've been out already? But there is a point sometimes, because I don't tend to do it if I've got a lot to do in a day, because it can make you feel a bit sleepy, but because I'm basically low-key having a bit of a holiday apart from when I'm guided to come and do something, that I'm, that's how I'm rolling. But yeah, I knew when I put this on that there's basically, there must be a huge timeline shift, because whenever I catch back to any of the Back to the Futures on the telly, which is, it seems to always be on, but whenever I seem to be drawn to, watch it, because I just know it off by heart, I don't know, I find it quite comforting to keep films on that I've seen before. Or, I've spoken about that before, if you don't know that, I'm sure lots of people do know that, but if you like watching the same films that you've seen time and time again, or the same programmes, it's because, actually, that's probably why they're getting me to say it for anyone that doesn't know that. It actually calms your anxiety, which I'm really in need of, so actually that sounds great to me, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just get a film on, or one of the reality programmes that I know well, because it's like, the idea is because you know what's coming, it calms your nervous system, it calms your mind, and we've got mental clarity. So maybe somebody needed to know that bit of information, because it was fascinating when I learned that, because I just always noticed, I was like, why did I do that? I always used to say it to my pals too, I'm like, why do I like watching the same thing? Actually, specifically, it's Towie. I don't do it as much anymore. I used to do it, I just used to watch old Towies over and over again, and it's like, and I did find it really comforting. I don't tend to need to do it now. And anyway, when you watch the up-to-date ones, that just stresses you out. It's just always horrible shit. Becoming a bit like EastEnders, just horrible shit happening. But I suppose it's reflective of life. Right, so whatever you get from that, this is 24 minutes in. So let's get a Healing Spirits card. What do we need to know? Like I said, I just was guided to do this because that energy was so heavy last night. Oh, look. Oh, that's beautiful. What does that say? Success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have, right? So there's that beautiful galactic energies here. but also a spiritual hug. And that's really in line with what I was just starting to say there. It's like, I just feel quite a lot of people do need a bit of a spiritual hug. So here's my virtual spiritual hug to you through the YouTube if you choose to accept it. Right, so, but yeah, in and about Back to the Future and all that kind of shit, it always just reminds you of a bit of a timeline shift. So success isn't what you have, it's what you do with what you have. Your life is about to move in new directions. Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. That's totally the vibe, isn't it? How interesting. But don't be in a hurry to conquer everything in a short space of time. That is, God, I'm just realising something else really weird but meaningful. Time's up again. My alarm's going off to remind me. I took something out of the fridge earlier and it had Great Scott on it. And I thought, oh, like, that's funny. Great Scott. Which weirdly, yeah, obviously reminds me of Back to the Future, but it also reminds me of No Strings Attached, because in that his dad is like meant to be a famous actor or something, and he says Great Scott all the time, but actually again no strings, and so that's, you know, the weird sort of mystical ride that they give me information to pass on here. To me, No Strings Attached is a perfect example of divine femme, divine masculine, with the female being the divine masculine, because they start, well, no strings attached, it's just, you know, they start casually, and then they do both fall for each other, but it's more her that's like running away and got abandonment issues, because I think it's meant to have been that her dad has died when she was younger. I think that's meant to be what it is. And you know, and it's just, yeah, if you've seen the end of that, and you can watch it yourself, I know a lot of people would have seen it, but the end of that is like it's just like a really good ending. It's really real. Do you know what I mean? Whenever I see that scene, it feels very poignant, because she's like basically putting her pride aside to be like, you know, I do love you, I do feel the same. So that there could be some significance there as well. Fucking hell, that's crazy that I've got from that to that. I'm just trying to think what it is. It must be the strawberries or something that's got Great Scott written on it. I'm going to go and look, but yeah, that's just interesting that I've got Back to the Future t-shirt on. The pages land on 85, whatever, no, 38, 39. That would make people born 85, and it's, yeah, lots about Back to the Future. So whatever you get from it, timeline shift is what it's saying to me as well. Where did I get to here? Spirit sages teach that success is to be enjoyed and understood, therefore it must be allowed to open slowly like a flower whose blossom is enjoyed for much longer when it opens naturally and with the right elements when it follows nature. Enjoy each step of the journey to fulfill your potential, and don't just look for the outcomes. The process is often the greater lesson. I feel that is about, again, like I said, this isn't, bits of it can speak to whoever, you know, it's up to you, but I feel this is a specific message for especially like twins that, because of just what's come through about that no strings attached there's something here about every step of your journey has led you to where you both are, and now that you're in, you know, now that you're either currently integrating your light and your dark, or you've successfully done it enough, it does feel like this is about, yeah, some of this feels like it's about like approaching a union, a spiritual hug. Too much of one thing, and oh, this is the one that reminds me. Too much of something's not enough. Something's coming over me to make me want you. That's the Spice Girls. I don't know. You could add. I don't know if that's even the right words. You can go and look for yourself. But whenever I read this card, I think of it. Too much of one thing and not enough of another. People pulling at you and constantly wanting something from you. This type of experience will leave you depleted and in need of balance, as I was just talking about balance. This is the time to sit in quiet meditation and ask your spirit guide if you may have a spiritual hug. Just one spiritual hug will recharge your battery and fill you with renewed strength to take back into your life. Your guide is there for you even when you feel that others are not. And that's so specific about when I was saying about calling on your power animals. But also, I believe the way that I've just been guided to do this extra one is like, it's like whatever it is I've passed through, might be something somebody needs to hear as well, you know, because I just I just get a feeling to do it, and it's always for someone. Remember, they aren't only there to push you forward, but also to hold your hand when you need it. So, like I said, somebody maybe needs a spiritual hug or a spiritual hand holding, and we all need that at times in life. So, I hope that you got that. And what will we do now? Will we pull 30 minutes already? Let's pull a Mary Magdalene and one of those guide cards, and then I'll upload it. Oh, it's an important one. Oh, what? Oh my God. Oh, I felt that one, right? So, honestly, I must have seen it, because that, I don't know if that counts as the one on the front of the book. It's not. I don't, this has blown my mind. I don't remember ever reading this. If I've never read this, I'm going to be mind blown, because when the sun is just went into, look, it's either 1 degree Scorpio right now, or it's still 0. But I felt it when it went in the wee hours. Yeah, no, it's still 0 degrees. So, you know, it's completely conjunct my Pluto. And this is why I'm constantly talking about shadow work, integrating your shadow specifically. You know, that's why, because it's just God speaking through me and the guides influencing what I'm saying. You know, yes, I'm a light worker, but I prefer light warrior, because I'm here to teach as much about divine love and being a light warrior, light worker, as I am about the shadow and doing that shadow work, looking at the difficult things, to accept who you are, all of you, and integrating it, you know, not rejecting the parts of you that make you you, because that is what toxic positivity is. So many people are taught, of all ages, are taught, you know, don't talk about the things that upset you, don't talk about the things that get you angry, or, you know, the one that a lot of older generations seem to adopt, you know, and again, even some younger people I've heard speak like that, you know, don't bring that up, that's in the past, you know, that was ages ago. That's all really toxic, you know. If somebody wants to talk about something from the past because it's trauma's coming up, or they need to release it, then, you know, it's not, obviously time and a space. It's like, you know, you've got that, and again, that's why it always comes back to why I say, like, look, you know, putting the money thing aside, everybody does need therapy, because if you've not had it, because it's like the proper time and place to be able to unpack all of that. You know what I mean? I think we've all seen, like they're showing me the example now of an train wreck, when, you know, because there's another one about abandonment wounds. Like I've channeled about that loads. Again, it's like, you know, she's just hit the self-destruct button, and she's like in self-sabotage mode, and then she meets that guy. It's safe, it's healthy, she's fallen in love, and she looks for the ways to ruin it, you know, and she listens to all the horrible narcissistic work colleagues around her, and you know, and certain family members and that are like that, and it's all this could be relevant, and it's they're all just sabotaging it, you know what I mean, because they're not happy, and that's again, sadly, can be like life. Look, it's at 33 minutes as well, Jesus, and look who's in the back of the deck, Jesus. So, oh look, 6, oh my God, how crazy is that? 6th of November. So literally the 6th of November could be a significant date to look out for here. Be on your guard. So this one's about, you know, be on the lookout. There's people watching what you're doing. And obviously this is quite powerful because we've got Mary Magdalene and Jesus here. And then that one says break loose behind it, free reign. I said something about freedom on one of the shorts. Clear visions behind that. Well, surely I don't need to explain you. That's what this channel's about, helping you see clearly. Awaken your dream. Yeah, we need to stop somewhere, but how interesting when we're not far away from going into November. Emerging from the shadow. But yeah, anyway, 0 degrees. I'm being so geeky, but 0 degrees Scorpio. You could not get a better word in. Emerging from the shadow. Reveal what is hidden. So let's read what this is about. I'll know right away as soon as I start reading it, but I don't remember seeing that. It must be time. Emerging from the shadow. Reveal what is hidden. It is time to speak your truth. Oh, I remember when I said that about the Taurus in my throat. Don't hold back if it will benefit or liberate others. Bringing the truth to light is likely to bring release and enhance your well-being. How nuts is that? Can you see how meant to be it? If you're new, surely I don't need to point out the fact that I just gave that speech about not silencing people when they want to talk about difficult things, or not silencing yourself, because that's what I see people doing as well. Like, I don't need to talk about, because I think that's the old school way of looking at therapy or counselling, when you think that going to a counsellor means you're dragging up all your shit. I mean, yeah, it is, let's face it, right? But it's because it does help you. Initially, it can be difficult, but if it's done in the right way and it's done in the right space and you take your time and you stay grounded, it will help you. It's revealing what's hidden. Whereas if you keep that pain stuffed inside, mental, emotional, spiritual, it will actually make you ill. It can make you physically ill, mentally ill, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is about. The hidden queen was unacknowledged and so became black or hidden. There are countless examples in the Bible where people are referred to as being black as a way of saying concealed. For example, the princess of King David's line were symbolically black, meaning unrecognised. Their prints were brighter than snow and whiter than milk, but now they are blacker than soot. They are not recognised in the streets. My God. Lamentations, fee 7, Ada. I can't say any of that. Let's move on. This is how exiled Queen and Princess became symbolised as the Black Madonna, so prevalent in Europe. She was the unknown bride, the hidden queen. Worship of her eventually led to the Inquisition as the patriarchal church tried to bury her. The heretical knowledge of the beloveds was kept alive through art, symbols, plays, and literature, for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. The power of truth is at work in your life, shining through the cracks, ready to burst forth and dissolve the shadows. Your qualities will be honoured and authenticity will rule the day. It's a little bit like, right, if everyone's been a little bit too fake and just sitting on the fence and not wanting to rock the boat, and again, that would be Libra. We've just left Libra, in the wee hours of last night, especially the high degrees of that would be that. But Libra is also justice, karmic justice, peace, balance, love, seventh house. That is love and partnership, union. But you know what I mean? If you're just trying to keep the peace at all costs and not, you're like, oh, don't bring up the shadow, don't bring up the dark stuff, because then it's going to upset people and people don't want to hear. That's toxic. You know what I mean? You need to have a balance. So, and the Aries, the opposite of Libra, like I was explaining, is brings about that, and it's why, from personal experience, I got nothing but targeted, basically. It's really interesting because when I done my counselling training, all this shit about, you know, the victim and the perpetrator and all that, would come up in the training grounds all the time. And that's what I'm watching on Big Brother right now. But it's like, it's so clever how that can be twisted, It's why it's like what they're talking to me about is it's like how there are scenarios where we're going to use the scenario where there are scenarios where people have done wrong to you, right? But if there's more of them, and then they like share it with others, that it's easy to kind of like people can like play victim mode and turn it around on the person that actually has been the real victim. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that will have happened to everyone watching at some point, or and this is what I mean. This is where that's why I love stuff to do with therapy. Like when you're honest as well, and that's where you wouldn't be like facing your shadow if you can't acknowledge the times when maybe you've been pulled into believing somebody's victim story and then actually being like, wait a minute, was the other way around? But I've had the really fucked up version of that where I remember when I was at my lowest in my dark night of the soul, and because people were trying to be clever about all this, the words and shit like that, right? And it's like, sometimes it's like, go and stop trying to be a smart ass and actually listen to people, because that's what we're here to learn. And some people done that to me on that course, and then it would be like people would be like responding and being like thinking it was, oh right, so yeah, Claire's not the victim. It's like, that bit, and it was actually wrong. Do you know what I mean? It was kind of it's like I'm very fair with things, but it's like anyway, it's hard to describe, and it's a long time ago now, but what I'm saying is it's reminding me of what I'm watching on Big Brother. Like I'm literally watching people play the victim but talk about things like that, but actually if you really can see what people are doing, like they'd actually playing the victim and kind of try to turn people against. But Big Brother's a bit of a different example because it is a game, but you know what I mean. That's why that's why there's books. It's like, there is a book called The Games. I've mentioned that the other day too. The games that people play, people do play these games, like, so that's why you've got to be discerning. Like, it's like, again, they just guided me all those memes last night really quickly, and one of the ones I put up was like, I've put it up before, but it was just because it screamed Scorpio to me, but it was like, if somebody blindly believes a rumour about you or a smear campaign or something, then, you know, they were looking for something to go against you with. And usually, oh yeah, usually it does come down to this, like jealousy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, if people can't achieve whatever it is that you're doing, or the courage, or the something like that, or, you know, it's, you know, people can turn on others. So again, this could either be happening to a feminine or a masculine, male or female. But oh god, especially because it's about deception. So like I said, I try to keep it light, but it's, at least it's honest. Be aware as you venture forward. Deception is possible. Don't reveal where precious things are hidden. Stay silent. Ah, so when we've got Jesus and Mary Magdalene here, that is very obvious. Do not, yeah, move in silence is what comes to me here. If any of you are near this bit, but I mean, that just seems stupid to even say at this point, but they're making me say it. Look, just to really get it across, stay silent. The knowledge that Mary Magdalene and Yeshua were married and had children were punishable by death and carefully guarded for future generations. Some believe that this knowledge, that the great hearsay, may have been reason behind the Inquisition. The Templar Hugh de Lacy built the old narrow water castle keep on the Carlingford. Again, these are the bits I'm going to be saying these words wrong. That flows. Oh, this is the one about Ireland again. That flows out to the Irish Sea. Local legend said the Templars brought some secret scrolls to monasteries in the British Isles for safekeeping. These documents were brought to the 5 places freer known as Roslin Way. That's where I'm near. Glastonbury, and a holy site on the shores of Carlingford Lough. As a faraway place, Ireland was a good choice for a retreat. I'm sorry, but I don't know if any of you are getting that, but I'm definitely like, probably not likely this year, but definitely next year, I have to visit Ireland because these signs just keep slapping me in the face. As a faraway place, Ireland was a good choice for a retreat. It's not generally known that one of the original Templars came to live here. You can still see fossils in the place names along the way to keep the way. Right, and then she just starts telling a story. So be conscious of what is going on around you and invoke your protector and whatever you envision your guardian to be. Again, I would really call in your power animals. If you're aware of who your power animals are, call on them. If you're not aware, call on them. See what animals turn up. Look, there's one of mine kicking about. Well, it's a leopard, but it's Jaguar energy. One of mine. So give us one more guide card and then I'm going to call it a day, but I hope you got something from this. But like I said, that is no coincidence that I was strongly feeling this is a message, this part of the message, or all of it, but whatever it was specifically for twins that are, whether you call it, definitely if you're coming into a union, like if you've really done all that inner work and you're about to come face to face in a union. But this could even be like a reunion, like connecting again slowly, but it's just keep it to yourselves. Warrior guy, look, fucking how nuts is that? When I'm only asking for one. Remember I was talking about self-control and self-discipline. This is definitely the masculine energies that have had a lot of self-control, self-discipline, maybe getting into meditation or just, you know, walking meditation, whatever. But yeah, creativity, creative gifts flowing, you know, just allowing their creativity to flow. Or yours, whoever's watching, male, female. But look, competition, warrior guides. This is the opposing forces trying to hold back. So that's why that's saying stay silent. Oh no, there it is. I was going to say where's the book, so I'll just skim over it because you never know who needs the words, and then I'm going to just upload it. Competition warrior guide, strife. Oh, that alarm is so annoying. But again, time's up. That's what I'm getting because, and it's fine. I don't worry. I didn't. It was to remind me to put the oven on, so I haven't put the oven on yet. And it's actually it's probably more realistic. I put it on now. I just sometimes do like to have my tea about 4:30, 5, but if I put it on now, it'll be ready for 5. So anyway, just working on my head. Strife, arguments, conflicts, and battle. This is a time of conflict and challenge, pure and simple. For I feel the masculines that resonate with this. No matter how you look at it, confrontation and discord are on the horizon. Others don't agree with you. Wow, you see about this union. Or see your perspective, and they don't intend to cooperate with you in any way. That's a strong message. Stop trying to get people to see what you can see. The clear vision that you can see. Because they can't see. And again, look, that's a big reason why I've called my channel Crystal Clear Visions. I've always been able to crystal clearly see. You know, the thing that's really weird, like I genuinely have from a wee girl, I've been very, very psychic. This is so weird because I literally, okay, my mum doesn't watch these, right? But like I'll tell her synchronicities and that, like when Yeah, I'll tell her synchronicities and that, like, when it's relevant. And I literally was just telling my mum on the beach that when I did go, the last in-person healing I went to, um, the woman was like, she doesn't know that my business is called this. And she was like, whoa. She was like, well, no, she didn't say it at the time. She said it when she was feeding back. She was like, when I got to your third eye, I was like, whoa. She was like, there's just all this light came out of it. And she's like, I've never done a healing on anyone where I haven't actually had to clear the third eye. Like, basically, she was like, you're the first one. And I just laughed. And that's when I told her what my business was called. So, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, it's there's something in that, you know what I mean? That it's like this is like all the feminines that have got a clear vision of who your twin flame is and your union. It's like your masculine is now on the same page, or they could have been for a while, or they're going to get there. But it's all different bits of the timeline. Like I said, timeline jump with the Back to the Future stuff. Yeah, but it's like other people are not on the same page. They're not going to want to be on the same page because these unions evoke so much jealousy. Um, this could surface in such serious ways as legal battles, divorce proceedings, and contract negotiations, or it could just be an impasse with a spouse over a raised toilet seat. Whatever the issue, there's no immediate or easy resolution. You've attracted a worthy opponent, so prepare to go the distance. This is not to assume, however, that combative scenarios are always a bad thing. Your warrior guides are present to enlighten you about the benefits of sparring with others. Competition brings out your best and unleashes your passion, commitment, and what you believe in. It develops your strength and prevents you from being victim. Oh my God, look what I just said about oh my God, that's nuts about the because again, it's God speaking through me about being victimized or manipulated by others. And that's what I'm talking about in Big Brother. Like, I don't get fooled by people that use clever words and, stand behind labels like being a psychologist or, because like I said, that what I'm talking about was when I was in a counselling ground. So we were all on even playing field, apart from one of the women on my course was already a trained counsellor. But again, she was one of the most humble. Anyway, again, this is all anonymous. It was 100 years ago, but do you know what I'm saying? It's like I've always said that I truly do believe my counselling. The biggest thing I got out of my counselling course was being prepared for being on this platform, and because there's just so many people. I still to this day get when I'm having conversations with people, just like you can see the fear in other people about it'd be their worst nightmare, but it's because it's like if it's your worst nightmare to be on some kind of platform like this, it clearly isn't your thing. But sometimes it is, and like you need to find somebody like me to help you over that fear. But sometimes it's because, well, that's not where you're meant to shine. Shine in your own way on another platform or just in your daily life. You know what I mean? Don't compare yourself to others. And that's the problem, actually. I think that's what they're meaning by this. Some people get jealous of people that are. I'm not just saying this about me, by the way. It's just like I said, I do get that a lot because I've got a Leo midheaven, but it's like anyone that is doing shining on any sort of platform, you get people that be jealous. But it's like maybe that's like it's could be bringing that out because you're meant to do similar and you're dull in your own light, or it could be that you're meant to do it in a different way and just go and find somebody to help you rather than sitting in that energy. Your warrior guide suggests that when you do battle with others, it's best to fight fairly and learn from conflict. Don't compete, just let off steam. Fight for progress and higher understanding for all concerned rather than just being difficult to get your own way. Hidden within the drama of battle and competition are the seeds of true understanding and compassion. The best spiritual warriors always strive for a win-win outcome. Your warrior guide suggests that you embrace the battles at hand, find your strength and reach for growth. Fight the good fight with your adversaries, but pray for divine justice to prevail. Oh my God, there we go again. Look, guys, I know I talk about prayer every day, right? Every day, all day, I know that. But you know what I'm saying? It's not like I would mention prayer in the shorts every day, So I'm finding it interesting that I mentioned prayer, filmed it 10 days ago. I'm sure I spoke about praying in the other wee video I done that was that film whatever. It's just been coming up a lot. Oh yeah, the daily thing, the thing that gets delivered to my phone was about, I don't know, it just seemed in line with it. There's just lots of signs here pointing towards praying. Their message: fight fair but concede when you're in the wrong. Yeah, so that came up in this too, didn't it? So there is maybe a need to humble yourself and admit when you need to. Basically that's what I'm saying. That's what shadow work. Like sometimes you are going to be the genuine victim. Sometimes you could be landing on the side of people that are siding with somebody that's like the perpetrator. You know what I mean? It's like you've got, but it's only if it's only if you've got an integrated shadow that you'd be able to see which one. That's when you can, like, I've had a lot of that recently where, like, I have conversations with someone where it's like we've got like opposing placements in astrology, because as long as you, like that card said, as long as you're both wanting to get a positive, not a positive, because I hate the word, I hate the word hate, but I also hate the word positive, right? A helpful healing outcome is what I would say, or you could say positive, whatever. I just don't really like that word. Um, then it's all good. But it's when you've got people that are up to no good and fuckery. And the problem is, if you've had people around you that usually are up to no good and are fucking your head, this is where you can actually go against the wrong people. So, oh my god, I wanted to end it on a lighter note, but let's actually, these aren't all here, so there's only just a few, but let's see what one of these, and then I'll end it. So I want to use that for the thumbnail. Oh, wow. Clear the past, heal the present. I thought, you know, when I said anyway that was 100 years ago, like, I felt like, you know, maybe that is like quite literally, in the case of the story I'm telling about me, maybe that is quite literally as well. Like, maybe I was in a scenario like that in modern day and it was repeating something in the past. Because it very much did feel like I was attacked for being very honest, you know what I mean? Where other people are keeping their mouth shut, I get a bit of paper. Anyway, true story. I'm going to leave it over and out there. See you later.